Chapter 17 describes how Lord Vishnu appears as Vamanadev. The word Vaman means 52 inches. Vaman, ek Vaman or something like this in Hindi means 52. Lord Vamanadev was considered to be a dwarf Brahmin. He was 52 inches tall, which is 4 feet 4 inches tall. Krishna was very pleased by the Payavrata ceremony of Aditi, and because of this he agreed to appear before her in full opulence. So he became her son. Lord Vishnu, in the form of Vamanadev, one of the 10 avatars, appeared as his son. In the verse on commentary on 8th canto, chapter 17, verse 1, it's told that Aditi was the ideal disciple or follower of her Guru Pati, her husband Kashyap Muni, acting as her guru, and she very strictly followed his instruction. And the word that describes here strictly is atandrita. Atandrita means without any laziness. He was very diligent and determined and controlled. So therefore she was successful in carrying out his orders and his instructions, and she got the result of her brata, her austerity, her tapa, her puja, her radhanam. Her wish was to have the Lord come as her son and bring back her son Indra and the demigods, restore them, return their kingdom to them, which was taken over by Bali Maharaj. And Prabhupada explains that this point is relevant to all of us. Prabhupada uses Aditi and compares her to the ideal disciple in relationship to his guru, or in her case, the guru was the Guru Pati, Kashyap. Prabhupada says, for advancement in anything, especially in spiritual life, one must strictly follow the bona fide instructions of the teacher. One should have complete faith in the Guru, who helps the disciple make progress in spiritual life. As soon as the disciple thinks independently, not caring for the instructions of the spiritual master, he is a failure. Aditi was the classic example of the ideal disciple, following her guru, husband, Kashyap, and by her strict following she was successful. So the implication is that this is the cause for success in spiritual life. If a disciple wants to be successful in his sadhana bhakti, come to bhava and prema, they should strictly follow the order of the spiritual master with great faith and not act lazily or independently, have his own idea or own will, because that will not produce any success. There are some prayers that Aditi offers to Lord Vamanadev when he appears. Interesting to note also, it says when Vamanadev appeared, it describes his form, and it says that he was, in one verse it describes he was sham color. Of course, the painting on the cover of the Bhagavatam shows him as being golden color. But the verse in translation, 8th canto, he was sham, he was dark color. Maybe in a later chapter. In verse 9 of chapter 17, Prabhupada is talking in relationship to Aditi's prayer. He says, when one surrenders unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he surpasses the influence of the illusory energy. Why or how? Because the Supreme Lord, who is fully wise and situated in the heart of everyone, especially in a devotee's heart, he gives one intelligence by which one is sure never to fall into illusion. Well, this is how Krishna actually personally helps his devotee from the vantage point inside his heart. Being situated in everyone's heart, especially his devotees, Krishna is always ready to help his devotees in adversity. Since Krishna knows everything, he knows how things are to be adjusted, and he does the needful to relieve the suffering of his devotee. Prabhupada explains that point in text 12 purport. In chapter 18, Lord Vamanadeva, the dwarf incarnation, he appeared and he entered the sacrificial arena of Maharaj Bali, who received him well and fulfilled his desire by offering him benedictions. Here it describes, in text 2, it says, Shamavadato Jashavraja Kundala Trishola Sastri Varadambuja Puman Srivatsavaksha Balayanga Dola Sat Kirita Kanchi Gunacharu Nupura. Describes the form of Vamanadeva, says Sham Avadata, whose body is blackish and free from inebriety. This verse in 18th chapter of 8th canto, text 2, indicates that he was dark sham color, like Krishna or Vishnu. The body of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, blackish in complexion, was free from any defects. His lotus face, decorated with earrings, Makara Kundala, appeared very beautiful, and Srivats was on his chest, and bangles on his wrist armlets, on his arms, golden helmet, and belt on his waist, and sacred thread across his chest, and ankle bells decorating his lotus feet. This is a description of Lord Vamanadeva as he appeared in Indraloka before Bali Maharaj. How the picture of Vamanadeva on the cover, he's golden, that I can't understand. But that's there. Actually, when Vamanadeva appeared from the womb of his mother Aditi, he appeared in the form of Narayan, with 4 hands equipped with the necessary symbolic weapons. Then he immediately transformed himself into a brahmachari. So this is proof that Vamanadeva's body is not material. That's a comment on his birth. Doesn't say that. Still, when he appeared later, he was in this dark shamrang color as a young Brahmin boy. Bali welcomes him and offers him so much nice words.